Some of you have been telling me that okay, but hey, Dan, you have a video in which Jeff Bezos explicitly says that they ban PowerPoint presentations throughout Amazon, and in fact, it's actually the Amazon recruiter who's been providing me with some slides. Or in the case of web designers, they would say that instead of sending them CVs, you can send them your work as slides as well. And I've heard of many other scenarios, not only in the US but also in Australia, for example, where even PowerPoint presentations are highly common. So this is what I wanted to touch upon right now, because I believe that the fact that PowerPoint presentations are still used in Amazon is not the main highlight of this whole thing. I believe what's interesting to look at here is on why did Jeff Bezos in this case say that they do not prefer PowerPoint presentations, and there's actually a very important reason for this. In case you don't know, Jeff Bezos used to be an investment banker before founding Amazon, and investment bankers are some of the people that are the best at doing pitches to gain trust, to successfully run some investment opportunities or some other deals. And so you could imagine that these people know one thing or two about how to create a great pitch and how to convince, how to get buy-in from different stakeholders in a project. And it turns out that doing structured, bullet-pointed lists to convince someone of something is of a much more has a much more limited impact to convince them if you do it extensively as compared to a narrative format or a storytelling. And I actually found this one myself, that if in the beginnings I used to do my business planning as more like PowerPoints, more like Excel-ish stuff, nowadays I very much prefer to do the storytelling way, the narrative format. And you could also take a simple exercise. Try to take a behavioral question. Tell me about the time when you failed, for example, and try to answer it using bullet points, and then try to answer it using a narrative format. And you'll see that more often than not, the narrative format will be more convincing here. So the main takeaway of this whole thing here is the message that they are trying to send with the narrative formats. They are a lot more efficient as the main communication method when compared to a bullet points list. Now, this being said, I would very much encourage you to use bullet points within a narrative format when you feel that's the case. And if you look at Amazon shareholder letters, there are a few examples where they literally use bullet points to highlight something. That's something excellent to do. But the main thing is that use a narrative format whenever you can, and you'll see there's a good learning curve on getting good with these things. And just one more note here, Amazon internally, the way you get buy-in for projects internally at Amazon is through 6-page narratives. So if they're asking you on whether you're good with your narrative skills, with narrations in general, that's for good reasons, because they know that people that aren't good with these things have a much weaker chance of succeeding in a culture like of Amazon. So long story short, use narrative format whenever you can, especially for the behavioral interviewing part, but throughout the interviewing process with Amazon. So as always, I hope you found this video interesting, and thank you very much for watching.